This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Building tomorrow today with Rightmove. Looking for quality, reliability, and innovation in your next big build? Choose Rightmove Engineering and Construction, Sierra Leone's trusted name in transforming ideas into enduring structures. We don't just build projects, we craft landmarks that stand the test of time. From state-of-the-art offices and modern homes to fuel stations, water systems, and infrastructure, our team delivers precision, passion, and perfection. At Rightmove, we are not following industry standards, we are setting them. Through cutting-edge technology, uncompromising safety, and sustainable solutions, we are building a brighter, stronger, and safer Sierra Leone. Visit us at 54 Campbell Street, Freetown, or call 078399475 or 077504338. Rightmove Engineering and Construction. Building quality, building trust, building the future.
It's Labor Day. After all the grind, stress, and queries at the office, it's time to ease your brain, laugh out loud, and feel like the CEO. Laugh with Kido. Hustle will make sense on Labor Day, Friday, May 1st, 2026. Venue, prestigious Pintumani Hotel, 7 p.m. Ticket prices: Kido, 500 million. Answer, 1,000 millions. Amin, table for 4, 10,000 millions. Adil, table for 8, 20,000 millions. You don't buy yourself plenty. Now come and laugh. No excuse. Media partner, Liberty Online TV, and cooked by Eminence Africa.
I say, it don't make sense. I don't make sense. Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another week and another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We they stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also now we website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. And very soon, Liberty TV go launch we mobile application. Wanna all go download. If you're an iOS user, if you're an Android user, you'll get the opportunity for download the Liberty app, where you go get on your phone so that you go to watch Liberty TV anytime you go. Well, now so go say a very big welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty TV, and we will bring this edition come to you this Monday morning. My name na Khadija Bangura.
And me na Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Today na Monday, the second day of March 2026. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, we can talk to the All People's Congress APC party. If you remember, inside last week they make a 2 days ultimatum to the president for reverse the decision of appointing Edmond Alpha as Chief Electoral Commissioner. But the ultimatum done. The Chief Electoral Commissioner has been appointed and approved by Parliament. Waiting next for the APC, you go know inside this edition of the program. And also we go for talk to our governance experts where they can analyze The boycotts where the APC boycott the sitting of Parliament the day where they approve the Chief Electoral Commissioner, and the next steps we then go for take after that approval. They will discuss all of that, how it affects governance. You gonna know inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. And we also go for can talk to the National Elections Watch new where they respond to comments them where the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Tabak Conte, be making a parliament the day where they approve the Chief Electoral Commissioner. Also, I directly been cite out the National Election Watch regarding the way how they conduct themselves, the composition of new. A question a lot of things them where be make a ask the Chief Electoral Commissioner say where then they go make rules them for people where for cover elections, especially elections observers them, then go for be careful for the kind people them where they observe elections. Well, because them it been cite out new and then comments, they new don't get a position, so then respond to the comments and we make by the institution. You go get the updates on that inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, as member Lon tell una, this morning we dey look at different issue them because you know say not only Liberty TV they get you accurate information we get for do with public interest. As we all know, inside last week Thursday, the All People's Congress, the 48 hours ultimatum where they begin to government for reverse the appointment of Edmond Alpha, it don't elapse, and then say if that not happen, then they back out of government. And waiting now the next step, you go know inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. As we all know, last week Friday, Parliament may approve Edmond Alpha in appointment as Chief Electoral Commissioner. Edmond Alpha don't begin for work and in the country in new Chief Electoral Commissioner. We're going for conduct the next elections. We're supposed for be inside 2028. Plenty issues them don't come surrounding Edmond Alpha in appointment. We can't ask the APC waiting next because the 48 hours ultimatum where they begin to the government, it don't elapse and will not see it outside there, and the government sit down forget discussion around some of the things them where they been put inside the press release where they been pulled, and Parliament don't approve Edmond Alpha. Waiting this mean for democracy and good governance, you go know inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. And yesterday again, the National Elections Watch been pulled a response to the Deputy Speaker what he be saying at the well of Parliament. Well, we'll look at all the issues then day. You say for the watch with this morning, go get the opportunity for join with through the comment section at any of the platform them where you watch we as we they can talk about different issues them we get for do with governance inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. Well, the first issue they can look at, so they can talk to the All People's Congress, also where they talk to the chairman for the Western Area District, when Akasha J. Olan Cole, where we can tell we bought them party in latest position where they get but Edmond Alpha in approval where Parliament's been due on Friday. What in this mean for them as a party? We can ask them all of them question there. So inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. Well, on the phone now we get Kasho J. Olan Cole. We don't join we for Kangiwi, the All People's Congress APC party, then position on Edmond Alpha where Parliament do approve on Friday for be the new Chief Electoral Commissioner. We mean say now Edmond Alpha go conduct the next general election. Well, they try for connect Kasho J. Olan Cole on the phone for give them party in position. But quickly, let we look at other issues them inside the Breakfast Show.
Alright, so remember so you say for the Wadi Show can drop your message in the comment section or send them to +23274200545. Also Yusuf go ask you question or make comments regarding issues them where we discuss na the Breakfast Show this Monday morning. We look at few issues before we come for can get the All People's Congress APC party then Western Region Chairman Kasho J. Olan Cole. Let we just look at an issue outside the Institute for Governance Reform, IGR, don't release the head and the case part 2 reports. Where this, according to the reports, they look inside the way how governments they bias for prison them. Well, we can look at that report shortly. Let we just go on the phone and get Kasho J. Paul and Cole as we tell now one for no waiting next for the APC after we then boycott the sitting for approve the Chief Electoral Commissioner and the ultimatum where they begin to President Bio for reverse the appointments they don't expire. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show, Mr. Cole.
Good morning to family only listening and only watch.
A lot of people on they ask a lot of questions about waiting done they happen at the APC, especially where on a bingi ultimatum to the president for reverse the decision of appointing the Chief Electoral Commissioner in the person of Edmond Sylvester Alpha. We see Parliament on Friday be approved this appointment, and the All People's Congress APC party, with the exception of two of una members, them not been in a parliament as an opposition. Firstly, let we know, since una give the ultimatum to President Bio for reverse the decision, una been get any response?
Well, we not get a response, and I believe say waiting we get that us for say Parliament go ahead and approve a man where the country as a whole and also internationally not believing him for lead the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone. Because this is a man we get record of in records in that particular organization is not proper. We don't see you side 049 change to 149. We don't see you side say elections of 2028 will be the same like 2023. But Patricia is saying this is a game, they afraid nothing. And threatening them. These are some of the things that the man don't say. And so basically, we see that we don't see Parliament go ahead for we not provoking. They not treat the citizens of this country with respect, because that's the only APC they talk. The three-way ban of Nassau they do APC. But the APC, people who want to say, no political party, we believe say this not going to do a better job. And this man, if he didn't apply, the more problem is at this country. So basically, as I say, we will not receive any information or correspondence from the office of the president, because we say we are talking directly to the president, because we don't find out say people already are around the president, but we don't left the president. Because watching the president for do way correct way fine, that way they go to retirement, you go enjoy retirement, you go country peaceful one. He said go to enjoy and see what's in the happen after in tenor. People the way they around that way not like for make that happen. With that we can tell them for free that there are some people really around that way for make this president not be peaceful and not get peace at all times. They just let for make the man in them day for them bad thing there. So we be expecting the president for them behave like a papa, because we write directly to him. Now him, now the father of this nation. Even though some of we progression of the party members themselves we can castigate we can make funny allegations against you, because we can talk about people and give respect to the president, let people support him for make he done this in balance as well, peacefully. Some man can say we say some of we don't bribe we, some of we don't sell game. But this is Sierra Leone. We believe say Sierra Leone for be peaceful, we go for social Lex alone. So but what's happened on that day for we not provoking. They provoke people way for we not find at all. Because if people don't say they don't want this particular person, I believe say that for sit with them people and they force get their opinion. Why the reasons they why make them feel this person not fit for be this particular person at this particular time, before ever you move ahead and go and say, we'll go and make the appointment for make them clear in the parliament.
Chairman Kasho, the Constitution gives the President the powers for appoint the Chief Electoral Commissioner with consultation with consultation of political parties, other political party them. 12 out of 14 political parties agree with the president say let go ahead and appoint Edmond Alpha. Now just 2 political party them when una and one other one not be agree. So because the APC not agree, that for be stop the president not for go ahead for appoint Edmond Alpha where he get 12 support out of 14.
If president waits for 1 week or 2 weeks, does that take away his constitutional rights from him and constitutional power from him? No. The president could still appoint, but I believe the president for him for listen to the in citizenship. If for him for listen, different shades of opinions. You don't mean to say when they say consultation, the way you write letter, no more say what's your views on this. And if you write letter to people, for me, you don't ask their opinion. Let it be face to face. Why not invite them and say, okay, this is what you don't right now. Call them for me into a meeting. Let me come and ask them, what's your next? For God's sake, how many parties in a parliament? What is important here is yes, we have other political parties who are registered political parties, but are they in governance? We only hear them when they reach. Now we hear them, and we don't think it happen in the background before people can go sign and say we don't support what the government say. We don't think it happen then. But when you go to parliament, how many parties there inside? The PR system don't get opportunity. Where this PR system that the present government and bring and come in. You don't give opportunity to other political parties for even get representative in councils and also in a parliament. For example, the last time they vote, you get NGC in a parliament, you get C4C in a parliament. But right now, when they so now only 2 political parties, the APC and the SNPP. So basically now when they need the number of them can tear and then with the background, which happen in the background, they go see yes, then come and say we support the parties the way they in governance. The APC and SNPP. And they say president don't get the mandate for a point, we don't want for a point. But this don't forget say the 2023 election being problem gap. Where all 5 of them commissioners then they waiting at the commission, so including the chairman will be the chairman of the commission will be there. So they all are part of the problem. In fact, they create the problem because they now announce results. And they make you keep at the elections, and so then turn the point on them. And if people don't go sit down. There's a constitution. Why they allow them go sit down for military tripartite recommendations? Why you don't say will they listen to nobody? Will they go by what the constitution say no more? But why they allow people that will spend their money, they spend their time, their energy, bring the ideas come together for make sure say they get a tripartite and also national unity agreement. Why they allow all that to happen? And then if we don't sign up to them things then they and if I say the government will sign up to them things and they no they keep to that. I mean, I'm free to say that this one gets any problem for do the Constitution of Sierra Leone. The Constitution of Sierra Leone, yes, it is there. The president grants for a point, but also the president now go back and say because the tripartite anybody who go there for represent the government and the president go represent. If not, they're not going to go there. Then go back and say we get national unity agreement, we get the tripartite recommendations. Why then go for that thing? So if we did it as a party, we support the tripartite and national agreement. If they didn't support them, people don't expect say we back for support that agreement or go by the tripartite anymore.
Chairman Cash.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chairman, the question now where many people they ask now that why the APC up till now not able move beyond 2023 elections and collaborate with the government for work together and develop the country, rather than just focusing on 2023 elections, being suspicious of any move where the government take towards events leading to the next elections?
It was surprising me for making ask this kind of question. Why the APC didn't support the government? We are supporting the government. We are supporting the government fully. Let me start by making people know the local councils. The local councils, the job they would do, not for government. We are a subset of government. For example, 2025 to deliver it up to you to government info good subvention. We don't say yes, government get a lot of things they for do with money. But you know, we go government in the public. We go out the lobby for projects, for make sure so we come and do it for people. Then we have to get the president of the day. In 2023, when President Bill to go to Parliament for a last speech, I'm check and see say you will see say majority of the projects where President Bill talk about say in government don't do. Now local councils, we go to government money directly. These are projects that will write to EU, to World Bank, to the responsible organization where they can cooperate, save the children, and so on and so forth. So basically, we are supporting the government. Go to Parliament. The bills already pass. Now parliamentarians they did it. The appointment the president they make for me they approve them. Parliamentarians are there. So how possible should we support the government? We are not supporting the government for re-elections.
Waiting at the team, chairman.
We will not support the government to rig elections. You ask for elections. We will not support the government to rig elections. Again, they don't do it in 2023. We all see in this country. It's not a secret. So what is not start so back? Now the same thing. And then they will bring problems in the country. They will bring problems in the country. It's what happened in 2023. People have lost their lives. People were killed. Just for them to speak out for their rights. And so we don't want that as a party. We don't invest so much in this country than any other political party that this country here. So we don't have to make sure we lives in the go. We don't have to for party the damage. And so what happened in 2023, if we see them back, say they come back in 2028, who can for raise the flag? And that's what we're doing. We are not saying President Bill is not the president. President Bill is the president. Yes, we're not saying that we support what the government to do. We have been peaceful. Somebody saying that freedom is free. Somebody saying that worship is a worship we. No. Not because we want peace for him. And so if we see say this man, we were the part of the people that we rigged the last election. We up to today date them for giving results to disgrace to the country and to the world. And this same man they can call back for government for change will be head of the Electoral Commission. When the man only don't talk. If you listen, there's a clip where we play to the people. When it be the only even the talk say how the international community they come for regime change. But they will not allow that to happen. The first statement they make. In Kabbalah, if you see the elections today, it changed 049 to 149.
Chairman Kasho,
yes.
You don't make plenty allegation then this morning. Firstly, elections, the winner.
Which one allegation?
Allegation on Edmond Alpha say they appoint him because the government want for rig the next elections.
Yeah, the man talk very clearly. 2023 is different from 2028.
Hold on, Chairman, please.
In a matter, and give me this. Nobody is not allegations. It's out there. Allegations are trying to prove, but this one has been proven. The man said so. These are not allegations. These are truth.
Chairman,
facts. The man talk and say 2023 will not be different from 2023. So that is not it's not an allegation. And the man said this and game. Nobody don't go threat. Nobody don't threat it too. Nobody don't harass him. Nobody don't interpret it. You see, my even wake up in a parliament, even people also do not approve you. For me, now one party business standing. You can't still, you can't dance. Then listen to the man's statement to staff them. Listen to that statement to staff them. He said there are lots of things that go around. The mistrust. People not trust them. But they have to work very hard for make sure. So the mindset don't even accept saying yet there are issues. People not believe them. Listen to his statement. That's the defeat on his side. But when you say people not believe them, they have to work for make sure say they change that perception. So the man automatically don't agree say people not trust them. So if you not trust me, why should I be there? Why should I be there? They go about the dance. They provoke Sierra. This is not about APC. I'm telling you, my sister. It is not about APC. You know how many Italians they discuss the best, they're angry that appointment.
So why not wait where election ten come? Una go campaign with the right message to the people them because elections now about the votes. Elections, a chief electoral commissioner not able to determine whether they win the elections. If we not get the numbers,
they're able to determine election a cycle. Election a cycle, yeah. You get pre, you get election, you get post. pre-election period, they don't start so. So when they go give election, that's the voting do. Not the voting day. They don't start so. You say the electoral commission is able to determine the vote. According to the last election, 60%, that's what you call direct. The whites counting with the gun. We counting with the gun. You don't see what they do. So my sister, that is not correct. You want to say we post it on Twitter, you say it's a body botoka. You go police go report for Twitter, max 1. If you wait till born and done, they will say you careless. So if the man don't already talk, say 2023 will be like 2023 will be like 2023. Now we should wait and say the change when they count now. The rogue of elections, the cook, the Rishi, the Dabaru for election, they start now. And you don't start now. If the SNPP believes, say, they don't work fine for this country, they call this Komadu in 2018. If you don't say they don't work fine for this country, because what you listen to the officers then, you listen to the Secretary General, you listen to the Public Relations Officer, you listen to government officials, they will talk. If you don't say they don't work fine for this country, why you would try for beginning leading here now for make a election? That man didn't conduct election for we. We want to make it very clear because we know say. He will call election. He will call election the day before. He will call the result.
Chairman?
Hello.
Now, the question is, when I don't get ultimatum, when I not hear it from the president, and then when Alpha don't go through parliament, they don't approve your appointments, which means that I ain't for take the country to the 2028 elections. What's the position of the APC now? Because the country is moving, then una just the one side. Waiting on a position now, when I ain't for take the country into elections.
Only one side. I don't believe say Edmond Alpha will lead me to the next elections.
He has been approved by parliament.
That legal thing, procedure, and we just don't start. We don't tell the president say we know they accept that mandate. Let's say 12 parties then go sign. Then 12 parties then they are the part of government. That does some of them are just one portfolio, much of money account up and down. We don't see the happen. So that we don't accept, and the country is moving. Yes, we are all moving. So for us in the APC, we want to see this country continue to be peaceful. Then we deliver what we don't promise to people, and then going on to the elections. So what would they say is simple. We don't give 48 hours ultimatum. That has not been respected. Now the party, as I tell you today, by the grace of God, we come with a statement. We don't members of parliament. We don't tell them they stay out of parliament. That's a one-party state. That the government was telling one-party state. That is one. Secondly, we don't also tell we chairman and mayors them and councillors them, but stay out from councils. So and the tripartite and the report and the the unity agreement, then can we go? Not forget to go after the elections. We don't go to parliament. We don't go to councils. Now because the agreement they come, they say don't go by the agreement. Then can we go there? And so if the agreement is not more respected, why you fishing for body? Why you fishing for body? We must stay out because if the government don't respect the tripartite report, it also respect the agreement, the national agreement. Why we go to parliament and why we go to council? So we go from government.
So we
that's not negotiable.
Chair, withdrawing from governments, how will that stop Edmond Alpha from being the chief electoral commissioner and conducting the next elections?
Now them don't go approve them. Now one party state today now. But they don't go approve on a parliament now. They don't go approve on a parliament, one party state. They go run the councils, one party state. They go run the parliament, one party. They go run the country as one party state. So we don't say yes, democracy. They don't clear this country. Democracy is dead. Democracy is dead. Because this is simple. It's very, very, very simple something. The people of this country say, we don't want Edmond Alpha for league. There's a commission they don't already perform. We don't get anything with a parliament. Simple because they don't say they don't get the 2/3 majority in the parliament for approve what you don't put in that constitution. Then make the go workshop for go approve Alpha. So every day, Alpha will continue for the day since after the other elections. And we don't want because we this country don't make it go per expect. We don't want this country to push cash. We want this country to be peaceful. Even if it adopt self, even the whole adoption right now will adopt. But we get peace. We don't take them too much. But you know we adopt then you will switch for me.
Yeah. The APC withdrawing from government, how is that in the best interest of the public?
Well, you will see the public and ask you for do that. When I go, as you go along, you will see the public accept what you will say will do. Because this is a democracy. Democrats should get for listen. You don't make the rule of people, you get for listen to other people. Not to only APC. This has become very clear. I have so many friends in Sierra Leone and outside Sierra Leone who are Sierra Leoneans where they raise issue with also APC members. But what's funny about this government will get that anybody who raise issue about the change the APC. If even lawyers them who they talk, the true talk, who go advise, they will say they're APC. Even journalists them who go talk the true talk, they will say they're APC. And these people not APC. They don't even elect APC self. Which they elect na Sierra Leone. So they elect what they can say, now only APC they against what the SMPP government they do. I will answer the appointment, not only APC they against what they do so. You have Sierra Leoneans. You have them. So if you don't say don't work well for the people, why you want to make that kind of thing? You actually want to make the peace of the year join back. Because they add up. Why you are not going to enjoy the peace and they add up together? But why you can bring Kushkas come back and then they add up the back? No. You give people the right thing.
How long the APC plan for the out of government, Mr. Chairman?
As long as they don't, if the government come back and respect what you belong to sign for, will continue for work with the government. But if the government says they respect the unity agreement and the tripartite recommendations, well, then continue. So be it. What we believe, see, all so God is above everything. You will feel because you control soldier man, you control policeman, you forget God is above everything. God is above everything. This is a fast month and length. Fast month and length. Would they do good for Sierra Leone a better one? God go see and through. Would they do bad for many country, continue for their ideas too? God go see also again. So some man in leadership, forgetting God there above all. Yes, so basically, let us be going. But we don't go promoting, we don't go agree or go against our back. The tripartite recommendations, and plenty of abuse. The commission for forming a parliament, you finish what.
All right, Chairman, quickly before we left you say Edmond Alpha no they conduct elections for now. What in that statement they mean?
Let me say that for the day. President for we do we not the president. If the president don't go by the tripartite agreement, we don't say that it's part of the constitution now. The electoral laws there, especially where they don't say if forget the committee, chat and nomination committee. We will send 3 people that go to make him pick one of them. If the president says don't go by that day, so be it. So be it. But Alpha no conduct election for we. Other the 3 political parties they will pick to say they go sign and then they what they call. So be it for them. It's good for them. But then people are going to go at the back. They go and go. But today when we don't call 1, 2 man and give them brown envelope and then they go down but say we agree. They're not part of elections. They're not spending money on elections. They're not doing anything on developmental business when they put money inside. The only time they issue how they come up so. And some of them they will make you respect, but actually some of them behavior how they put up so they don't like Sierra Leone.
If
not like Sierra Leone. Would they come on sense what is happening so they're happy about it?
Chairman, Parliament don't approve Edmond Alpha. It don't go taking seat as the chief.
The SLPP MPs in
Parliament don't approve Edmond Alpha. Chairman Kashaw.
No, it's not Parliament. We don't take action at Parliament. The SLPP people they approve Edmond Alpha.
In the eyes of the public, Parliament don't approve Edmond Alpha.
Let us inform the public now that not to Parliament because our members were not there. We're not part of it. And there are 2 parties in Parliament. We're not part of it.
Parliament don't approve Edmond Alpha, and you say Edmond Alpha no they conduct elections for now.
Yes,
but
president will be doing back. A president is a listening president. A man will listen. And also the man don't have the confusion. The man don't like and the confusion also. But we will respect the president. And not say some of who will talk. We will meet him personally. We are going to his office, to his house. But we will talk to the public in the listen. The man will lick up and they make the tenants. Don't greet her. Don't make sure. Don't that this. They don't think about tomorrow. That the man that they will not lick her. It is also who will talk. We talk the truth for Sierra Leone. President for withdraw Edmond Alpha. As we normally talk to people like the address president also say the father of democracy. The father of democracy. The father of democracy one for Bampani is the now. One for Bampani democracy now. No. The father of democracy for continue for feed in Peking very well. Maybe Peking continue for be strong and stand up for the right thing at all times. So the father of democracy for make sure say if we develop my back, if you don't go by the tripartite recommendation or the constitution the guy for review back or whatever, if you approach that person. Until that constitution they come into being. But when I get to a point, but Alpha we say we don't want time. He's not conducting the next elections because we know say the man will not fit for Duam. It will cause more problem for this country. Because the bill not go out for going retirement. After we in time we're done in 2028, and one for left the country into problem, into confusion, into wala. No, I believe say one go sit down quietly, either a free tongue, a bow or a tune. One go sit down quietly and enjoy retirement. And one for people they go find them, they go visit them, and then they will contribute to the development of Sierra Leone because it's the way we will advise. Because we don't government will take over in 2028 through the ballot box. We need to kick the president away. We make the president as enemy because he don't get that experience. They don't lead. We will treat as statesman. We go through the action. That things in the way he know where the president will come in. Not go know. We will take advice from him. We APC we are completely different. We not go say the president they go exile because he is a threat. So we not going for lead. We not going for rule. No, we will give him the maximum respect we deserve. And the only APC go get that thing from you. As they talk today, when I record this program and keep them. If SMP government come back in 2028, President Bill will not ever enjoy in retirement. Because we know some money right now with the plan for inside your own party, most of us. Yes, they don't like at all. Yeah, so we APC now go make some more because we expect past leaders. Look how to treat the late President Ahmed Yankaba. May so country will rest in peace. We give a maximum respect, a maximum support. Say God take his life. You will treat Ekoma Berewa. It tells you that this government, this party, careless about who you belong, will treat you as a Sierra Leonean and as a senior citizen. So President people listen to we. The politicians some of we. Yes, some of we don't cost we don't can't think about that. We insist we say they don't see in a life for them man there.
Chairman Kasho. Chairman Kasho. Edmond Alpha. If Nine conducts the 2028 elections, you don't say you know they conduct election for una. That mean una not they partake na the next election?
But you say if President look far. 2028 far my sister. I tell you, President Bill go withdraw him. President Bill na father of democracy. One piece na Sierra Leone. They go withdraw him Alpha. Another person will take up that mandate. All the one who been did this who. I think there are 5 commissioners. Plus the chairman of the commission, they all, by the tripartite report, by recommendation, they all and then get fresh people for Cardinal Police. We get Sierra Leone at a party, whether not to SNPP or not to APC. Don't get a clean elections. Win.
All right. All right, many thanks. That's now being Kasho J. Holland Cole, where na the APC Western District Chairman. Be they talk about waiting next after the 48 hours ultimatum where APC being given to the government last week say therefore withdraw the appointment of Edmond Alpha because they not trust them for conduct the next elections. Well, as of now, the APC still they out of governance. As you don't hear from Edmond Alpha. Sorry, as you don't hear from Kasho J. Holland Cole, we're the chairman for the All People's Congress Western Area District.
All right, well, the breakfast show, they continue, and you say for the watch, continue for drop your message and the comment section at the different platform. Also, the watch. One of the other issues then we tell us, we go look at now this edition of the breakfast show gets to do with the response of the National Elections Watch New regarding comments them where the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte, be make against them now the well of Parliament the day when they approve the Chief Electoral Commission. And at the studio this morning, we don't get the national coordinator, we na Reverend James Lahai. But before we come to Reverend, let we just go for you where perhaps not being see or hear where the deputy speaker been they talk about this issue. Let we just go and take that particular clip there. And after that, we can hear from Reverend James Lahai regarding the response of the National Elections Watch New for the statements where Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte, when the deputy speaker of Parliament be make against them. Let we just watch the clip, then we go can talk to Reverend.
I would encourage you I know the Public Election Act of 2022 did not take into consideration, Mr. Speaker. That is my concern. I've started saying it. The role, responsibility, and duties of election observers. We have seen the way election observers have threaded into uncharted territories, trying to fuel conflict in this country. I would advise you that as we try to define set rules for election observers, let us have election observers that have credible CSOs, or let us have election observers that are not faceless. Because I will tell you particularly, I had another told from my brother from Moyamba. He mentioned a particular election observer, New, according to their manual, supposed to be a conglomerate of 300 plus CSOs. We must examine those CSOs, Mr. Speaker. We have a governance committee in this parliament, and section 93(4) gives you the power to empanel a committee to investigate issues of public interest. That is an issue of public interest. Because if NEW is being funded by international organizations for and on behalf of 300 CSOs that are not in existence, it's an issue of public interest. It is of public interest. Like it or not. So I am concerned that an entity that claimed to have 375 other organizations as part of its body is unable to summon a meeting of 20 of them to make a decision. And besides, you cannot observe an election when your democratic credential is under question. Somebody has been at the helm of NEW for more than 15 years now. And if you attempt to amend the constitution to give the president a third term, they will tell you it's unconstitutional. What is she doing? Is it constitutional? We need to know. The document needs to be produced to Parliament, so we understand exactly the people that are going to observe our elections, whether they have the credential. So, proposed nominee, when you go to your seats, I encourage you to look at all of your observer missions to make sure that they meet the threshold that you set for the election. Make sure the preparation for the next election is watertight. That no political party, including us, the SLPP and the APC, will complain. What we want is free, fair, and transparent election. Something that is very, very difficult to attain, Mr. Speaker.
All right, well, that's now the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte, during the term where Parliament will approve the new Chief Electoral Commissioner, Edmond Sylvester Alpha. Now, that statement they be make, we get for do with the National Elections Watch NEW. We still say NEW pull a press statement for respond to the issues then the Deputy Speaker been talked about. Well, we'll get the National Coordinator for the National Elections Watch NEW, winner Reverend James Lahai. He with winner the studio this morning. Good morning, Reverend.
Good morning, Khadija. Good morning, Liberty. Good morning, Mabel.
If you feel like you like with them today, I'll be there back Friday.
Too much, because una know water down una stance, una no allow una self for be compromised. Because I didn't say anything how they look for. Because almost every other aspect of society has been politicized. And everything they're doing is partisan. Una na a source of encouragement for the kind of work they do.
All right, thank you for your kind words of compliments. But all we can now to the clip we just watch, that now the Deputy Speaker na Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte. Firstly, he say on a democratic credential and questionable, and from what he say, anytime from now, Parliament go summon una for do some scrutiny on una work. Clarify first NEW as an election observer network. We don't observe many elections. If on a democratic credential, then questionable.
In the first place, Khadija, last you see, it's so unfortunate that a statement of that nature they come out from no less a person but Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte. It's highly disappointing because that man don't interact with activities. He don't make statements where he shower praises on National Election Watch. For let him as honorable tinap na we own parliament and say that thing and the way he really knows say no to true. It's unfortunate. Noting that he's a very young man, he has potential for progress. He has so many years. If they go by the law of life, by age, now they die. That day they say, now they go miscalculating so na parliament. It's unfortunate. Talking about our credentials, I want to let you know, say, where we start National Election Watch in 2002, the chairman now be Reverend Rogers Wright. Reverend Rogers Wright been the represent Council of Churches of Sierra Leone, CCSL. After Reverend Rogers Wright, the next chairperson we will be get now be Frances Fortune. Frances Fortune na Talking Drum Studio. After Frances Fortune, the next chairperson will be get now be Ken Ghana Conte. After Ken Ghana Conte, now we get Marcella Samba Sisi, will take over in 2017. And I am happy I be on Kana Radio and talk about we processes before Honorable Tawa they make that statement. So that he not go back na parliament and say, now because of waiting I talk, now I make the one go into them processes. I can't na una studio na ya, I go na Truth Media and explain to the public that they go get district level meetings of National Election Watch, and at those meetings we get for elect district level leadership of National Election Watch. And that process get for culminate into a national meeting, and at that national meeting we they elect with chairperson, we they elect with regional coordinators and regional secretaries. So if after I don't explain that thing and they Honorable Tawa go come, he talk say we democratic credentials are questionable. I am happy he say they get for investigate. And let them not delay the investigation. Let them speed up. This is unfortunate. And we not get for the acceptance in there.
One thing where Honorable Tawa talk about, na on a current chairperson in the person of Marcella Samba Sisi, according to Ram, he said on the leadership for about 15 years in wards. The National Elections Watch, waiting at the tenure of una executive and una leadership.
Who said he get information in the first place? Now me no know. He is not part of you. We have our own processes, and not to end the determiner for we. You know, it is so unfortunate that new has now become so important that even when there are security issues to be addressing in Parliament, now the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, they go address. You don't know, and they talk about issues so you know sabi. Like I be explained that time we are kind of on a studio. For every electoral cycle, would they go into membership mobilization? All we member them as at that point, would they get back to them for no if they still interested for work with new or be part of new. So they go fill the form. And then we also they do membership drive. For the organizations where get interest for be part of new. The forms they be available with district coordinators. So that they collect that form, fill in the organizational details, we they do background check of the organizations, and when we are satisfied that they are legally registered in this country by all institutes and entities that do registration in this country, that is when we accept them in our fold. And when they accept themselves no more, we they let them sign with code of conduct, and we they give them a certificate of membership, and then we include them in our database. And then after every 2 electoral cycles, we dey do elections. Elections of chairperson, regional coordinators, regional secretaries, district coordinators, and district secretaries. And when we don't put in place the district teams at each district, the district team in the district, now they appoint chiefdom focal persons from community-based organizations. Now the 190 chiefdoms now this country, now the faceless organization down there, we get representation at every chiefdom now this country.
So una dey challenge Honorable Tawa in statements where say una not reach up to 350.
Not to challenge and the challenge. And they give factual information. And let in committee we get for investigatory, let you know say, let give them clue. So that when they can investigate, let them not investigate blankly. We dey give certificate of membership to every organization wey don satisfy with criteria. We dey input her in with database. Then they sign with code of conduct. And all them here available. So that when they can look for them, let them not blindly come for investigate. Let them put face per faceless. You know, this is interesting. I really don't know why people, especially in government, have decided that news should be their target. We are not a political party. We do not contest elections. All we are doing is to ensure that we follow the process to ensure that the process is being carried out according to the legal frameworks. And our parliament, now they enact then law there where elections they before conducted by. And at that day they follow. Observation is always based on what the law says. The way the people here do this thing. Now so the law say, and then we come out with the findings. Even if the law says so. But if we see say this lawyer is not fine, we not say the process not correct. We say the process it go according to the law. But we observe say this lawyer like it marginalize some people, like it keep people there out. So we dey recommend a review of this law.
So Reverend, how una new go react to the deputy speaker in statement where say elections observer and the fuel conflict?
Now I had to tell you so, Khadija. It is unfortunate for that kind of statement for come from Honorable Tawa. Where we will prepare for the 2023 elections. When we don't develop with observation strategy, we reach out to the public. In the first place, we go with strategy to all the leadership of the National Election Watch from district level. And then we engage democratic institutions and civil society leadership na Atlantic Hotel. We not stop there. We bring government institutions and state actors with the leadership of civil society na the same Atlantic Hall and try for make let us sabi how we go for approach observing 2023 elections. At that meeting, we explain all we finances, the gaps in we finances, and the appeal we make for let we able implement with strategy 100%. And at that meeting, Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte, now he represent the Sierra Leone People's Party, and Honorable Kabo, the opposition leader in Parliament. Now he represent the All People's Congress, and they be sitting here so. Then they crack jokes. Then they tell me how then they interact, the kind of tolerance where they get, and how then they push political tolerance.
So how about the allegation where the deputy speaker makes a new faceless?
But Khadija yourself no say that they not a TO for discourse self.
Why?
Because Who that in this country we go say new faceless.
And they question the amount of civil society organization them we supposed for the under the network of election observers on call new.
But for the 2023 elections, we will not be get enough resources. 2012, 2007, 2012, 2018, we deploy observer na every polling station. But like I be explained to una that last time, we dey put the observer na every polling station so that their presence in the first place go deter fraud, wrongdoing na the polling station, and secondly, for give confidence to the people for let them go participate in the process. But actually, the observers where we can dey deal with on election day, now the observers where would they deploy now with sample polling stations. I think I'll be telling that.
Hey, Honorable Tawari talk, Reverend. I guess you listen to the side where he directly they talk to the now Chief Electoral Commissioner, say when they go set up the rules them for observers them for the elections, they got for be king watch for certain things them. It's new worried, say then kind words here from the Deputy Speaker directly to the one where they head the Electoral Commission. When I worried in any way, say they want for tighten the space for institutions like una body like una where they observe election.
We are not worried at all. We are not even concerned. I been telling that Sandy, I say before we observe any elections, the context now they determine the strategy who they employ. And whatever might be said about Edmund Alpha, now a professional, he don't serve another commission for several years and in various categories. And when they say person are a professional ethics, they guide the things the way they do. The person way not to professional, the way where it go easily go against professional conduct. It's so easy. But that one are professional. Those ethics, when they go against them, they prick them. It just turn like somebody went not to driver, and then they get to car for drive. You dey see say even for them obey the rules, can be a challenge. But that one a professional driver, he don't go through the training. If you want for point the law, they know say this na point the law.
That's applicable to context where currently, as we dey talk, I don't know what it don't change overnight, but he has been acting in that capacity and process and procedures and the way don't they go on. Where una na national elections watch, not on the part of because una believe say from when una been scattered in 2023 to now. Una in the national election, the National Electoral Commission, not on the C1 side. Una don't feel like una be left out. How is that applicable when now una in the direct boss?
Acting and substantive are two different things.
But it's the same person.
Now, I know, but it's different authorities. Acting and substantive, now two different situations. I am not here to say Edmund Alpha is the right person and it is right for him to have been appointed. What I can say is what the law prescribes is what has been used for Edmund Alpha to be appointed. And some of them say how they do so. And then discussions they how they make. Would they feel say they score goal? But it is score goal.
Usai.
Just go back and see how the previous chairman was appointed. You get political parties who come out and say they are not consulted. Now, I say where they are consulted, and if they are consulted, political parties were consulted. Because in this instance, you see, say, official letter of consultation of political parties was done. And we see feedback that 12 out of all the registered political parties, they endorse. And none of them political parties then not make a disclaimer, say they not endorse. So we don't go say they not endorse. So at least, we don't see say consultation take place.
If we reach a point where the rules them where the Electoral Commission go for put together and say Parliament call una not reach to the threshold where then they expect for an observation body like new una not take part in the elections, based on the threshold where perhaps then will get for set. Waiting get for happen.
Any threshold when you know able meet, nobody know able meet that threshold. So it's like saying we don't want we elections to be observed. That are the Tanzania situation we dey go to. Dictatorship, tyranny, taking power from the people. One thing I want for them politicians to know that we are citizens just as they are. And as citizens, we have organized ourselves so that we participate in the governance processes of our country. The way that they talk, like I said, now from the sky will come out drop. We are complete citizens of Sierra Leone. And we carry with national identity cards.
You feel like una don't be targeted in all of this?
This is an effort to smear us. We're not go work. If now people will not get a track record, I mean you can just smear them and get away with it. But what you don't do, we just went back to our member organizations and our partners. And then you don't see we respond in the press statement. And if they not take them, what thing they use for smear we go end up for smear them. So they have to be careful.
How that goes?
Because people will start to question them. Why are these people targeting an organization where don't be consistent in the work where they do, and they have proved to be credible? Their integrity has never been questioned. Why are they targeting them? I mean, not underrate the people of this country. They will begin the question: what is happening? Why are they jittery? What is their problem? What is worrying them about national election? Watch.
Reverend, their statements they are way Honorable Tawa make. You think say go continue for deepening the problems where already they exist between National Elections Watch and that of ECSL, because since after 2023 elections, where una been put out on a predictions about the elections, say nobody no reach the threshold for letting get a winner on the first ballot. The election supposed for go second rounds. Now they the relationship sour. Up till now, the relationship sour. If a deputy speaker they make them kind of statements there now, new things say that go continue for deepening the issues zone get with ECSL.
I cannot say that because nobody has ever said that we are wrong in what we did and come out with evidence to prove that we are wrong. We made the pronouncements and we provided data as evidence for the pronouncements. All the condemnations we then they do, nobody has ever said that what you said is wrong. It was not correct. They were just saying, how can you use sample and talk about the whole picture? That tells you how ignorant such a person is. Because we all know what statistics mean in terms of projections. Because even the government, a lot of times, the data they use for run government now based on projections. You know, because you can't reach to 100%, so you make a projection. And those have a formula where you follow. That outcome of the sample, it will be almost the exact picture of the national. And so we still stand by what we say in 2023, and we believe say that they're not supposed for strained relationship between we and the Electoral Commission. By the way, make I talk this. Our problem has never been the professional wing of the Electoral Commission. Because the professional wing of the Electoral Commission get respect for we. Our problem has been the appointees, those politically appointed to the offices of commissioners. And the unfortunate Edmond Alpha has been removed from the professional wing of that institution and has now been brought into the political wing. I hope that in period as a member of the professional wing, wey work so much that the Electoral Commission became an admirable institution, not only in the sub-region, but Africa and beyond. That they go influence the actions wey e get for do moving forward. We now in charge of that commission.
Reverend, now that the deputy speaker don't say at any time from now, Parliament could set up a committee, wait for someone on and investigate on our work, especially on they take funds from donor partner them, and some of them funds they are now of public interest. How prepared is new for defend on our work and on a name before Parliament?
I hope say not to baseless threats in the make. I hope say it actually mean wetin they say for let them investigate we.
He talking at the well of Parliament.
Yeah,
So Deputy Speaker make a pronouncement at the well of Parliament. The public self no say not a baseless statement that.
Khadija, you very well aware that as Deputy Speaker of Parliament, we don't go through 1-2 elections for say new faceless. You know that is baseless. It's baseless. It has no basis. You know that. How can somebody who has gone through elections before say new is faceless? Tell me. Tell me.
So
And then your question about if we are prepared. We want the letter for candidate. We want the letter. Let me tell you, when it comes to the issue of integrity, especially managing resources, if I were not able to get the resources we want for the activities we need, so with the input we own personal resources, with the volunteer we efforts, just so that we're able to contribute to the democratic credentials of this country. And that is what our government is crying down. When they suppose for the applaud we for that work what they do, because they take oath to protect the constitution. If you get an institution where they work and ensure that they get information about what is happening in governance, we go able to guide them. I really wonder how that has offended them. Why they should not consider us as the partners that is worthy of our place. And we have never messed ourselves up. You know they see we when they say health, we wrong go they become money day. You know they see we when they say agriculture, we wrong go they become money day. You know they see when they say road maintenance, we wrong go they because money day. And in fact, let me tell you, in 2007, we refused money from the UNDP for the run-up. We not been get sufficient money for deploying at every polling station for the runoff. We reach out to organizations including the UNDP for let them able support we for let we able do that day. They not do am. They wait where we don't do with training. We don't look at the resources. We don't look at these resources. How can we strategically utilize it so that we go get the greatest impact? So we look at the criteria of police stations who say we go deploy. When we don't do all that they done, UNDP called us to say, we have additional funds that we want to give you so you can increase your coverage. We told them, no, we are sorry. We have trained our observers, we have deployed. We cannot again interfere because it will compromise the evidence. We're very concerned about the data because we defend them. We know waiting will be looked at for let we go design that deployment plan. Any infiltration in that go create an imbalance. We go make with data not go give you the correct interpretation we want. So we refuse it.
According to Honorable Sawa, they knew the claim say when I get over 300 members them CSOs them under on a coalition, but so now they even able to get 20 of them one in the way when they get meetings. How could this be?
Ask them 2023 where we invite them na Atlantic Hotel. If not James Lai don't want ABCD or Marcella Samba don't want ABCD, let him answer himself. This not to
Una really get the over 300 civil society organizations under our membership.
Mabel, I just don't tell you with recruitment process. Everything what they do as National Election Watch is evidence based. We need to do something abstract. I tell you, say, we will not accept you for being member of National Election Watch. We dey give a certificate of membership. We dey give with code of conduct where you dey read and accept say you go by that and sign and return unto we. And so these are all evidences. So not to name someone at database, we get information on every organization when a member of National Election Watch. And let me tell you, for this we own democratic process, this internal process, when today we for travel, we don't already revisit we database. We don't reach we self can get we voter register. So we don't reach out to all the districts. We don't send what we get now database about them. Here is what you guys gave us as our membership in your district. Look at it again and get back to us. And we don't agree on that day. So we let them do it. They're not going to even infiltrate we. It's not easy. They're not going to infiltrate we like how they have infiltrated others. It's not going to be easy because we were very systematic, you know, in what we do. We don't get a voter register so why they go infiltrate we register again?
When the deputy speaker gave a direct message to the new chief electoral commission and a parliament, he told them they approve and say a need for go and set major criteria that we get for do with the one that they are credit for observe elections because them believe say elections observer they fear conflicts. Edmond Alpha don't go now and take a role on a relationship with ECSL. I still continue for say a sour. What if they not give new accreditation? Because now then they question on our integrity, then they question on our democratic credential them for even function as CSO when they walk around the elections.
Khadija, accreditation, no accreditation. I don't tell una. We are citizens of this country. And so I will not tell una that accreditation, no accreditation, we go do work.
How?
And I don't tell you, see, now the context of the electoral environment, now they determine the strategy who they employ for observe. So let them put in place any pass if they say citizens cannot relate to the process. Then then the political party leadership they go for go determine. Just like how they don't come with the proportional representation system. Where now the political party they determine whether they be member of parliament and not the people. We don't detach the people's representative from the people.
So
if I Honorable Tawa, Honorable Tawa Conte, he was very popular because of how he interacts with his constituency. When you go now in constituency, you be SLPP, you be APC, you be any other party. That was their baby. Honorable Tawa, we see. This was under the first past the post. Now under proportional representation, and as Deputy Speaker of Parliament, you don't see the proclamations so they make.
So what do you feel say change?
Hey. Now it's not the people who determine who goes to Parliament. It is the political party. And as Deputy Speaker of Parliament, whose political party, whose SLPP executive go present list of Western districts, and not put Tawa number 1 or 2. So what need does he have for that constituency anymore?
Quickly, Reverend, looking ahead of 2028, whose plans when you get for strengthening transparency and accountability in una work? Because it don't come under question now.
Well, you know, say the question itself is erroneous. The question will come is totally erroneous, out of place, get merit. Get merit. So that's not the issue.
Why you say
Before
that?
now they
This
say
is
before
coming from
self,
the Deputy Speaker of Parliament.
if deputy speaker talks until we not get married, you know what talk, huh?
No, but you know what team up like a well of parliament
But now you do.
for
But
question.
now they
there's-
do. And some of them in there will not make hypocrites because you are journalists, because you are aware of these things. So no can begin make journalist business family like you don't know. You are aware of it. So you yourself no say what it is say no get merit.
When we as journalists,
We can't
we not get
defend
no right for put we opinion in on a conversation. We are just here
This is
asking
not,
you the
this
questions.
is not about opinion.
Reverend.
This is not about opinion. This is about facts.
It is not in our place to
In
say.
word against in word.
No, not
Till
also.
then, till
No,
then
not
someone
also.
una perhaps una bring evidence
not also.
wey go prove otherwise. Now in word
They
against
say-
your word.
They say, if elephants they go fetch puss, and then you say I am neutral. You know neutral. Now the elephant you support because you know say boy now bully they bully am and then you say you neutral. You know neutral.
Alright.
So even as journalists, information then they statements and the people they make, you they weigh them as against your knowledge base. You they weigh them against what you know that has been existing. And so I mean you go able to determine. You know they go tell us say na so, but you go able to determine within yourself say
Well, that's level-
no
Rev-
wetin this man
Reverend,
dey talk
Reverend,
so this not the truth, not the so
Reverend,
sabi here.
Which is right.
Answer me question I will ask you say ahead of 2028 elections. Wetin you go do for strengthening transparency and credibility where they under question now?
And I will still correct you say with transparency and credibility not dey under question. Before Honorable Tawa they go make that statement in parliament, I can't now una studio na. Long before they make that statement, I tell una about we internal processes. I explain how we dey go back na every district and make sure say the membership at the district elect the leadership. And they na preparation with dey pa for legitimacy wey we dey go into 2028. That the people the way they work for new, they are elected by the one the way they say that they represent. That's transparency. That's integrity. I talk am before they go talk that thing and hey Papa God, I tell you thank you. Where you be make them statements and they let the public know. So that they don't go come and begin say now where Honorable Tawa don't go talk so now I made them try for do this now. And I am happy I explained that in detail now in our studio and our Truth Media. So the evidence is always there. Sometimes I know listen that thing there and I make. If you be listen, sometimes not people make that statement.
All right. Until where they go someone on a parliament.
We dey wait for that day and we go kind of tell una we experience with them. And we hope say them self go come, we sit down face to face for we discuss the experience of their investigation.
Well, yesterday on a poll on a press statement, we reach out to Honorable Tawa. We say in don't talk wetin he talk na the well of parliament and it wait for let the speaker expedite the process for invite on and not go respond to anything again way on a talk inside a press release. So until the time where parliament
Not you know the way we go able to respond to because you know say na the truth now we don't talk. Not you know we said they wait. We said they wait for a wait. We said they wait for the speaker for
Tawa
act.
not there now for
But una be
respond
tell me
to
say
anything.
una be tell me say go dey.
So now
Na
make
so
I
una be
tell
convince
you
me. Why he
wetin
not
he
come?
say.
Why he not come?
Now wetin he say on the phone
So
as
why
of
he not come?
yesterday evening. He say in don state wetin he get for state about new na the well. He dey wait now for let the speaker invite una na parliament for bring evidence and respond to some of the things the way he say. Now making out
Since
there
he
this
talk to
morning.
her on her phone, una tell her back say let them not delay that process. Let them not delay that process. We are waiting. We are eagerly waiting.
All right, Reverend. Many thanks for you joining at this edition of the Breakfast Show. We don't wrap up with Reverend.
People that they
James
make like
Lahai.
say this country belong to them.
And-
Past we. All of us, this country is our country. This country is our country. Before you be a leader, we elected you to that position. So why are you thinking that you are above everybody?
What's really Honorable Tawa talk will make you at one sooner?
You know, now what is me? He know. He don't interact with the process. He don't go sit down now with program. He don't make statements. He talk fine thing them but we. Then it's enough now well of parliament. We own parliament, it's enough day. And they go say them thing and they wait, you know, say we not correct. Now that day, now I'm your mouth. Not to know that, you know, if now anybody will not be done relate with the processes they yet, I go able to understand.
Alright, so
But that particular Monday, and I make could not begin circulate the picture them. Where honorable na Abu Kabo, the opposition leader. Where there now there's Leonia, the other picture of Vanora Tina behind them. We membership all day. Now me could not begin circulator. Let's tell you say he not to face landing.
Alright, so they wait for soon interaction at Parliament, and definitely, if you go public, we go definitely air.
And I hope they will make it open.
Alright.
Let it not be a secret
I guess he has received the
investigation.
message.
I hope they will invite the press to be part of the investigation of National Election Watch.
Alright, so again, so we go wrap up with you this morning. Many thanks where you come for can share with the public on a response to Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte and comment them, but also a question on our credentials them as an election observing body. Thank you, we come this morning, Reverend.
To be intimidated. We will continue to do what we can to save this country.
All right, Reverend. Many thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, we can talk to with other studio guests now. We're gonna be with final guest for this morning. We tell una say we also want for can look at the impact way the APC boycotting parliament and also staying out of government this period, waiting it mean to governance in general. Now the studio this morning, we get a governance experts where they can analyze for with the impact where this gets and all of this. Good morning, Dr. Victor Moinina, and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning, Mabel and Khadija, and thank you for having me.
All right, let me just start from your perspective and your opinion. How you go describe the current state of affairs in Salon with all that is unfolding?
So, like I say, over the term that we don't get various programs then and various activities then. We don't need to see governance and continuity, governance like a process, not to like a one-stop shop where you just go, you buy what you want to buy and everything is done. Okay. I don't watch through all the activities that were done happen. Yesterday, unfortunately, I was supposed to go on AYV to talk about the Guinea Saloon border. That's another issue all on its own. But now let's talk about the governance process. Mind you, we get few months away to elections. And one of the process that we very active for let you go get a free, credible and fair elections. Now for let you get an electoral commissioner with all the parties they agree to. The first thing I ask, almost political parties they in the process. As of 2023, I believe so we get something like 14 political parties that will participate. And out of them 14, then they 12, because I exclude the ruling party. 12 of them give them petition or agreement say we confirm for this appointment or this nomination we they make according to what happened at that time. It was a nomination for let it go through the well of parliament, being discussed and everything. Now, right from the vetting process, the APC pull out of the process. They were not there. And then after the vetting, questioning and everything, the actual process of himself already appoints the man now, they were also not there. It's worrying, for say the least. It's worrying because at this point in time, we know for the labor over these things here. So we've actually look at waiting for be the next step for let we move towards this electioneering process. But again, I look at something else from the second angle. APC say they tender a letter to the president asking for a review of that nomination that they not approve of them. And what make the executive not decide for respond to them? Was it not timely? Was it not legitimate? Because if somebody tell you, say, I get a legitimate claim about this person as an appointment, the best way for them at that point in time was to respond. Let's know which angle you're coming from. But there was no response. So I believe, say, the APC on their own side, they can say it was an insult on their side. Yes, we know, say, they are the main opposition party. But what's happened to the other 12 parties there? We already be don't give your approval, say, let the process go ahead. So it's a two-side thing we get far-reaching implications. And I'm not going for justify why this happened and why that happened, because these two parties not ever give out a official statement. But rather we see pockets comments on social media. Like after the nomination, as the chief minister writes on Facebook saying disappointed at APC. But what do we expect? You are not a member of the APC. And the APC don't actually tender in a letter to the executive that they are not in approval of the nomination. So it's more or less like a dicey situation. I cannot speak on both of the sides, but it's a process we really get a lot of implication.
Now that the APC continue to make their position known, say they're not a part of governance until His Excellency the President reversed the appointment of Edmond Alpha. In terms of service delivery, how this go affect the ordinary citizens? Because governance is about collaboration.
Yes.
Both the ruling and the opposition supposed to work together.
But then there is a small catch here now. During the appointment of Edmond Alpha, the opposition leader in Parliament, BDD, there was also a second member. So they had two members of the APC there. Which made them two members when they go for the process? I did think of that a lot. From the tell we maybe give me the invitation, I think of all these questions and I'll be one ask the questions that why this? Now, devoid of the fact, say then two people in the day, the APC don't make their position clear that they are away from governance for a while. We the people of Sierra Leone, we are concerned. Number one, who are going to do checks and balances for us? At the moment, the legislative gets equal representation. APC the one side, SLP the one side. At least APC is supposed to provide we that checks and balances we the ordinary citizens are not able to talk about. I remember quite recently where Parliament decides then they receive opinion polls from people on the constitutional review. And I asked this question on another media that what if Parliament receive 8.5 million opinion polls? We represent every Sierra Leonean in the country. Whose side and going for use this information?
So for a governance expert who you be, the decision way the APC take for boycott governance at this particular point, is it a wrong one?
Partially, not entirely. Partially because the electorates, as in Sierra Leoneans, expect them to provide oversight for we. Them boycotting it, they already give SLPP that power for them take a decision easily. But what make us say partially, the other side of it, they also have a point. Why you neglect the point of view and decide for go ahead with your own? Like I stated in my introduction, they don't do a letter already to the executive, the president, telling him that they are not in approval of this appointment. If the president would have called them to a meeting or maybe respond to them, it would have been something else. But there was no response. The process go on, everything went on as planned. As waiting miss you only respond when me see. I will the chief minister writes on Facebook. So was he communicating the response from the president?
Facebook not an official channel.
It is. I tell you, say, if somebody take a case against you from what you write on Facebook, it is stand at the court of law. It is also social media. Social media also na media. It's not traditional. But people and they use that as against you. So let we not trivialize anything. This is politics. Anything possible. APC can decide for say tomorrow, okay, we boycott out of governance, but they still contest the election. What can you say about that?
But just though you recash earlier, where we talked to them, he say them believe say Mr. Edmond Alpha, or they conduct elections for them.
Okay, but that's their belief. But let's see what happens. What if after you know always I say so? Now this I can always tell you now. as analysts, we don't have all the answers. We dey provide on a situation or a scenario whereby we feel say it's supposed to be the right thing. APC can decide for do something totally different. And we cannot hold them accountable because they don't owe us any obligation whatsoever. We're only speaking from different perspectives, sometimes from the layman perspective, sometimes from the theoretical perspective, where some of we they come from, or also we look at holistically what it really supposed to be. But if the APC decides, say, Edmond Alpha is not going to conduct the election, whether they conduct the election, now UNDP, on a UNICEF, on a...
Cassius say in belief says Excellency the President will listen to them and withdraw Edmond Alpha after the Parliament don't approve him.
But then the President only see where the nomination video on. Now where the approval long inside. So, like I say, it is their position. And not being in a state for questioning position. The only thing with me they say, I'm looking at precedents. We don't see plenty of them in this country. Let's go back to history a little bit here, where President Nkrumah they appoint Christian Atop for the 2012 elections. If we could remember, the SLPP by then were in opposition. Then say they're not going to approve of Christian Atop because remember what happened for 2007, where he give them that back talk to let them go police. And that was something that was very chaotic at the time. What did NSF say? That we say not take part by any governance process, eh? But 2018, they not contest election. So if we are still here at this same point, let us look at what happened. So, like I say, Salon, we politics in more or less just deal like a repetition of actions. So if SLPP be done one before and APC they do one now, let us see what will be the response of both parties. But at the point in time, USA with this right now, it's not looking good. It's really dicey.
From governance perspective and in the interest of the public, any alternative the way perhaps for don't work better or best for the opposition we now withdraw from governance?
Well, I don't think say if I don't be better for the opposition, if I don't better for the ruling. Because members say APC tender in a letter weeks before the vetting even starts. Yeah. And if at that point in time the letter be don't come in, enough for take much from the executive in the form of the president for respond, hey, I don't receive on a letter, oh, this and this, I believe saying a genuine concern. Let's meet and talk. If I don't solve a lot of problems. But the state in which we did, I can always say most time people in feel say silence is the best option. In some situations, silence is not the best option. They only they mean consent. Because the moment you keep silent, the other person they take and say, okay, you approve of what I say, or some say, and president decided not to respond to the letter, not to do anything. Instead, the vetting process go on. And you see the vetting process go on, APC boycotts the vetting process entirely. They were not there. It was only SLPP that did the vetting. Then now we come for a confinement of appointment. Now then back here for the day. So you find out that they have already expressed their dissatisfaction from that early stage. So it's not something that happened overnight. No, it happened within an ample time. And I think say the executive did a lot of slow action, because if you don't receive a letter at that point in time, the best you can do is for respond. Look at what happened to APC quite recently. APPR and that fine of that 385,000. Then take time for it and one. But when they say the 2 1 elapsed, they not pay the money and they not pay completely. After we then pay the money, they reinstate them, because I be there on Slick TV with Lucian that the next line of action after we then be done already decide for suspend them was not for the register the political party. And they also look at the implication that this was not going to look good for us and then decide for pay. So why didn't the executive also take that line of action? I can say that this was a time where we be really need for see what's really going to happen. But I still remain hopeful and I still watch what's going to happen.
You remain hopeful. This decision of the APC for withdraw from government until they hear from the president regarding this particular appointment, we don't go through parliament. What's it mean for all the other reforms and now where they go on especially the one within a parliament where people they expect say parliament might call again for look into concerns and we don't come for the reforms that within they handle the APC not being part of it.
Well, it only means any reform we go on to now, we APC not a part of it. It's not going to be something we Sierra Leoneans will look up to, because it's going to be one-sided. Look at what's in when be the discussion just now with New saying that, then they wait for response from from Parliament and everything. Is APC going to be part of that process? Obviously, then say they are not going to be part of governance. So it only means say wait for waiting the executive will release. Probably they will put out a press release, maybe they will call a closed door meetings. I don't know what the next line of action is. Because at this point in time, I'm not speaking for the government, I'm not speaking for the opposition, I'm only speaking about the process, that the process itself gets questions.
But are we foreseeing another tripartite? Because now the same thing this way they been do, when they make then go back to the drawing board, so then at table say, let's discuss the way forward. They don't come halfway through, we don't see a reverse.
So would I go pay for the tripartite this time around? Are we going to go back to the same partners that we pay for the first one? So it more or less shows that we democracy from Wetiasisu not evolve. It's like we're still cycling around the same issues over and over again. Like if we're not able to solve this issue of election at this preliminary stage, when we go solve them? Is it where the thing don't pass our idea before we solve them? There was also something else I was looking at this morning before I came on our program. So we have to look through wait and say Guinea don't return the motor car for that ambassador, but the driver they in jail for 5 years. And our question now, if it was our ambassador, waiting not be in jail time waiting for Belongia. So you see say some of these questions where we ask, it's not that we are idle or we not get nothing for you. We are only asking this question because we need an answer from the right authorities. What is the next step of action for us? The governance process itself, we get a whole architecture on that. Governance architecture. We get the APRM, Africa Peer Review Mechanism. We're supposed to do comparison between Salone and other African countries in terms of governance. What do they do so now? So if you say it will happen in any other African country, that is what the job of APRM is supposed to be. So all of these are questions where they ask we, who's I really with it? And at this point in time, like I say, it's not looking good. Because if the main opposition say they not approve of them, then you as the ruling decide for approve of them, then who do you listen to? And this is what happens when politicians, they already feel say they are on top of the world, that everything they answer to them, that they're not accountable to anybody. They're accountable to us.
They say they listen to 12 other political parties.
But do they have representation in parliament?
But then they function as political parties.
They function as political parties.
You just need to get representation at parliament before they consult you in a process of appointing a chief electoral commissioner.
Hold on. Now, there's a point where they try for exam. They operate as political parties. They have been registered, fully function. SLPP asks them back like how they ask APC. But when we come to the vetting process, will these other 12 parties be there? Like, will they actively participate? They are not part of the legislative, by the way. The legislative of this country at this moment is made up of two parties, SLPP and APC. So now, Yanda will be the talk. I remember once in additional media being invited me, we be analyze whether this PR system good for we or we'll go back to first past the post. And we see say this PR system we get lots of issues. Number one, we talk about the threshold, the percentages we them be supposed to forget, and the percentage where them put it very high. And I'm stating at this media also say, we they practice a PR system where they work for Southern African countries that we believe entirely in a parliamentary system. We do a combination of both presidential and parliamentary system. So if we want to use the PR system, we have to make adjustments to them. And one of the things, and the way even this constitutional review they talk about, the percentages of the threshold, it's too high. So if we go to the parliamentary procedure for even vet, let's say tomorrow they appoint you as minister. Who that for go sit down and for vet you? Not to just one party for the one more. Now the members of parliament they will include APC, and SLPP for vet you. So when we talk about the vetting process, these other 12 parties were not there.
When we talk about good governance, so many things them na contributing factor them.
Of course.
Currently, the APC say they're not the partake in governance. We don't hear issues of CSO them raising concerns, say the politician they try for tighten the space for them, for let them do their work and also be critical of some of the steps and actions of state actors then. How from a governance expert point, how you go describe the current state of affairs? We'll talk about good governance na salon presently.
We just get a governance process at the moment. We don't get good governance. When you talk about good governance, we get what we call indicators. So it's I don't train.
You are watching Liberty Online TV.
All right, apologies for that break they will get that due to power cuts we'll get at the studio. But welcome back. We still discuss issues that we get for do with the 48 hours ultimatum way the All People's Congress been give to the government for reverse the appointment of the Edmond Alpha. 48 hours don't pass, the APC say they still maintain their position. They're not a part of governance. We get a governance expert with we in the studio with Dr. Victor Moenina, where they tell we some of the implications if not just one party did partake in governance. Yes,
so, yeah,
Doc.
we been talk just now, and I tell you, say at the moment, we to get us our governance, not so good governance. When you look at good governance indicators, it tells you say number one, you should have inclusive processes. And inclusive process means that you forget members of the opposition, members of the fourth estate, we include CSO and other pressure groups and peer groups and for actually the part of the process. If you muzzle these ones out of the question, the way you get automatically not become a democracy, it become a dictatorship.
And that's currently the happen under President Bio in administration.
No,
they don't muzzle all
they give you a theoretical answer for stories we they talk about. So basically, they move away from that trajectory of democracy for coming to an authoritarian rule, we also known as a dictatorship. We're not actually landing it, but we're on the road for goodie. Now, let's make I say we're on the road for goodie. Listen to waiting new talk just now. That when they make them processes, the honorable way they ask and now say they're not legitimate was part of it. So waiting change and USA it change. First question. We talk about APC now, saying that they are boycotting governance. Not just parliamentary, everything in governance they are boycotting, including the tripartite agreement, including all of these things will be done, they go on. It's there. Talking about peer groups and pressure groups. All the peer groups and get their own thing away than they ask president for. Somebody tell you, say, even this 30% quota where you say the GUI, woman, we not see better it. Some youth group then they tell you, say, we need job. This they tell you, say, we need this. So if find out, say, the processes where you talk about governance already don't elapse. And if people continue to ask more questions, the executive go only do wetin dem feel say right, because they no get people in for check them. So this is why we talk about checks and balances being very important. And just like way you dey run a home, you na the papa, you get the mama. You can say the papa na the head of the family, right? But the mama na the neck of the family. The neck na they control the head. If you devoid any one of these things, you don't have a good home. So this is the process where we are, and at this time they happen. That if we want to move away from these things, let us respect the principles of checks and balances.
That leads me to the question of how and what should be done at this point.
At this point in time, therefore go back to the drawing board, call on the opposition, call on those parties that feel aggrieved. Let us have a way forward. Let us discuss. Like I say, I can only talk these ideas. I know say today back when I left here, I reach Usa the go on campus. The video go trend, then go cut the parts the way they want and put it on social media. I don't have a problem with that. What you know me to say is this, that if we want Salon for go beyond the level where we do so, let us listen to the opinion of others. Their opinion matter too. They might not be in governance today, but who knows? And wait till they notice back from a very good perspective, this politics of Tonangi, again for affect Salon in the future. Because now I remember it was somewhere on few months ago where something happened to the APC. One of the members of parliament talk they say, "Una they watch wetin they happen to we. We will say go kind of power, we go do the same thing." And now this time we could on the USA so today. Because if we continue to do the wrong thing, and like I always say, the bad presidents are always the supersede in this country. Where you don't do bad, all my want for replicate them. But where you do good thing, they don't take it into action. So please, Papa Government, we are calling on you. Now term this for that we can and bring this country also together. Trust me, 2026 to 2028, it's no far. Now short term than they, but let us look at how we respect the principles and let's have a better country for we all.
In terms of calling back, like going to the drawing board where you suggesting it for happen at this stage, both the APC and the government, you think say from the side of the government, waiting the APC they ask for said one Alpha no go conduct the 2028 elections for them. You feel say any way the way the two parties go negotiate and able to reach at a point where we go get a way forward, because where the opposition don't hold sin at that they want, is it possible?
It's possible, but the government need for, first of all, go beyond just the table talk. You know, so the first way they will get for doing, they call them first to a round table discussion. From there now they look at the way forward. What they expect them for do, like I say, before we get to this point, and for don't ask the question, why una say this man of it for be that person day. But we don't pass that stage now. We did some side, then say they don't want time. The next step where I believe say we for do, let's call them back to the question and still ask the first question, why una no one time? Then let we self-produce. I'm now talking as a government person now. Let we self-produce easy way to make you feel say, Edwin Alpha for be that person day. I could remember, okay, now just we Reverend they talk. He said Edmond Alpha was administratively very correct, because administration-wise, he know how to run the neck and everything. But now the appointment don't come. He say I'm more as a political thing, right? If Edmond Alpha left today, where they replace him? Do we have somebody else that can take that? We don't get that kind of experience in terms of electioneering processes. But let we go through the process, easy one. So it's something that is very difficult, but I believe so we aim for the one. Let governments call APC, ask the questions why, make them feel say the man of fit, project their own ideas of why, make them feel say the man fit, and then they can have a redress. But then they will need the intervention of an unfair and unbiased person. Because if you get any kind of discussion and they meet up to an all two, possibility this effect will coincide. Like what happened so this morning, if I be invited on it, I don't think so on for be able for content also this morning at the studio. So most times we want for getting discussion and they get a third party who is kind of neutral, so that they're able for meet and get a discussion there.
Pictures them going around on the show say the APC they engage the international partner them. We see you said they meet with the European Union, and also a picture of them going to the US Embassy, and all of the international partner there, and be a party
So
to the agreement of national unity. You think say na the way forward that for put an end to all of these issues that they happen between the opposition and that of the government?
From the perspective of the opposition, I believe say yes, it's a good step, because if they decide for take the law into their own hands, it not go good. End of the day, we will come back to fracas, violence, conversation, sometimes even suppressing of the party executive. We see what happen at the Mammoth meeting. We may even arrest the Secretary General for statements that we make. I believe say this is a good approach they use for this side. And now that they make us say we need an independent institution or an independent body for let them come in or mediate between them. For the ruling, the government of the day, the question we may go ask is, what thing will be the next step if these international partners pose on us say, on for listen to it in the APC say? Will they do it? And why will they do it? Is it because of benefits? Or is it because of maybe they feel say then sabi governance pass we? So these are all questions that we still have unanswered to. And because of these things that go on, you find out that the process is the stall. Things are not going according to plan. And if things continue for going according to plan, then your governance will not be good. It's as simple as that. So for answer the question directly, the APC do well for engage and independence institutions. The U.S. government, of course, we know say anything we get for the government now. U.S. embassy and the U.S. government really gets a need of them. The EU representative, we see the role we themselves they play, especially when it comes to electioneering process and all these other processes of governance. So yes, it's a right step that they took. They expect them for go one side more, but I don't see them go to win at the British High Commission. Maybe then get that plan they for go the next.
We talked to the British High Commissioner last week, Josephine Gold. We say they don't engage them behind the scene and they find a way for resolve some of the issues there. And now that Yusuf, as an expert, saying at the right decision that you hope foresee all of the issues that come to an end soon and the APC returning back to governance?
Well, yes, because like I say, then they provide we a very important arm and a very important aspect we get for do with checks and balances. You know, so one of the ruling or one of the major aspects of being an opposition member is that you provide oversight of which you feel so not they happen or they happen at that point in time. So yes, I believe say if we address standing, it will be very important. And just no one for let we give up easily say this not go happen, this go happen. Please let us wait and see. Like I say, the opinions that we as experts can express now based on which we sabi from maybe theories and other areas, and probably when you look at them practically, it might have another solution. But I wait for see what really will come from everything.
From the parliamentary leadership, both the government and that of the opposition, now that critical bills then go for the Kamna Parliament, the constitutional amendments process still there on, they don't go through two stages, the pre-leg and the first reading. Parliament don't call for position papers. Very important, amending the constitution. APC, they not did it now. What do you go suggest to the two leadership then on how them for sit and negotiate the way forward?
Like what I say, it will get a stall on most of the processes, and this time one of the process then way it will be stalled. It not go easy for let we get.
We say stall. The ruling goes. You don't wait for them because we see they not wait for them when it comes to the approval of Edmond Alpha. Parliament is going on.
No, so now that make I say it go stall because for let you pass a bill, you know say appointments it's one. But for let you pass a bill for let become a law, you get a percentage we you look at of parliamentarians that we supposed for the except otherwise. So until they will go take some actors and for coming as parliamentarians. But except otherwise, the SLPP parliamentarians on their own cannot make up 2/3 of parliament. So then we need the APC for them come on. So it might going to be then therefore use lobbying strategies. I sure say them will try for lobby. You know, so you get even within the APC, you get some APC parliamentarians that we kind of soft. Maybe I'll come you na me padilla can talk this there so small. I can't sit down. I call you back. I ask well chicken and shawarma go dinner table we discuss but I believe say aside the lobbying, it's good that we call this thing also to order because even the constitutional review where we talk about cannot become a document if we not get the 2/3 majority.
So if this strategy where you just make mentions of so, if them be don't use them initially, you believe say they not for reach to say they reach so now to the point of boycotting.
To be honest with you, let we not look at and like say these people are not interacting.
But now so if people are like in the eyes of the public.
Now so if people are like in the eyes of have you seen them outside parliament? I can tell you, me I interact with most of them and I can see them. The level of interaction really between APC and members of parliament is very high. So there's a possibility to say they might resolve it, like I know I talk on this way, so they might resolve it that way, or they go decide for use the hard approach when the first one I say, let them call them to a round table, discuss, try to get their agreement, and try to get them up and running. The reason being, we get quite a lot for do. There was something we I did think about yesterday, and I believe say it's timely now that we see that. Currently, the world not in a good space of mind. Lots of conflict all over. If we even take cases to UN now, they will delay it and get bigger cases for handle. And just this morning, I been discussed with a friend in Germany. I say even the prices of the petroleum products don't go up. And we should expect the same. Why? Iran is one of the biggest exporters of the oil we use. And this thing here, so if we don't begin for direct food so it will also affect we. So let us solve our own issues here. We try to get answers before we come to that global stage. At this point in time, it's not a time where we will just sit on the linger, say, oh, let us face to self and anything and they know. It's time for us to be united. Let's look at governance inclusively, decide outside the issues and we are there, Sam, and let's move forward. It's easy for that to talk and so, but when it comes to reality, people do not even think of it that way.
So in addressing these issues, waiting both party for put forward as the bigger picture.
The bigger picture is Sierra Leone. So I don't big pass through. Like I said the last time, you don't tell somebody they talk that statement in a way they benefit something. But it's the reality. Sierra Leone is bigger than all of us. Even me, West London, so I will get to a point when I will say some things that people will not agree. But there are some other people who will be agree. The last time, I show you said the last time, where I go through some of our comments, say, that video, it's one of my most trend. And when I thank you, 2025, when I make a trend pass all man of this country. And I'm glad for that because even then they make some institutions, they reach out to me and they were like, we like your objectivity and things like that. So this is something that we have to know. Sierra Leone is bigger than all of us. Let we not forget the big picture, which is the country. If you see we lost this opportunity for make Salo great, trust me, it go take, but we no get again.
Recent events, they show say that they happen currently in a salon.
No. We only think of partisan affiliation, we only think of waiting we want, and we only think of how we will make we own life better. We don't think of the country as a whole. And I believe say it's worrying and that's something we need for deviate from.
Politician them from both sides, all man they suspecting company now.
But that's how you always be.
There is still a precedent we get about 2 years for continue with programs them way a campaign with. But if you like now say they don't blow the whistle, say elections now so and so time.
Yeah, well the whistle already blown.
Governance.
The whistle will already blown way. I think that PPR say we don't get the timetable. Say 2026 is going to be for APC. All the thing I need for do and get for do and now. because they're in the opposition. So then give them 2 years for them campaign and everything for the election.
But that's not
2027.
supposed for obstruct governance.
Well, it will, because at the moment, these are some of the things that they get for use for campaign. You will begin to see some of the messages then, where they will begin put out very soon. That, now we are the government where we do A, B, and C. When I see this government side, then no, you do at all, blah, 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 and things will just go crazy. Same with SLPP. 2027 is their time. So you find out, say, after we then pick them flag bearer, then say, forget that your messages that we then get for the carry on with. So it's more or less like, let's see how the future holds, but sometimes it becomes chaotic. Lastly, before I go on the lighter note, Salon are one of the countries where they give God tough time. And as some of the things in this way, really, they give Papa God tough time. So let me try for it. And this is a holy month, by the way. Christians and the fast, Muslims and the fast. So I wonder how that they eat. And I under the problems to the rise now.
All right, many thanks, Dr. Monina. We join with this morning for can give you your perspective of governance if the APC say they're not a part of governance and they don't boycott most of the sittings them, especially the August for do the approval of Edmond Alpha as the new Chief Electoral Commissioner. Many thanks for joining with this morning. Well, now we'll end this edition of the Breakfast Show. We come to you live this morning to talk to Reverend James Lahai. We'll be respond to comment them with the Deputy Speaker be make about new and the Well of Parliament on Friday, and also get updates from Kasha Jail and Cole way na the Western Area District Chairman for the All People's Congress. We continue say then still not a part of governance until then concern them be addressed by His Excellency the President. Well, plenty thank you to yourself for joining we. Continue for watch Liberty TV throughout the day. We'll get very interesting content them way with they bring Cantona. Mina Khadija Bangura they say have a blessed week ahead.
All right, till we meet again. Maybe Kabada to get a good week and goodbye.
This overweight on Richard.
Building tomorrow today with Rightmove. Looking for quality, reliability, and innovation in your next big build? Choose Rightmove Engineering and Construction, Sierra Leone's trusted name in transforming ideas into enduring structures. We don't just build projects, we craft landmarks that stand the test of time. From state-of-the-art offices and modern homes to fuel stations, water systems, and infrastructure, our team delivers precision, passion, and perfection. At Rightmove, we are not following industry standards, we are setting them. Through cutting-edge technology, uncompromising safety, and sustainable solutions, we are building a brighter, stronger, and safer Sierra Leone. Visit us at 54 Campbell Street, Freetown, or call 078399475 or 077504338. Rightmove Engineering and Construction. Building quality, building trust, building the future.
It's Labor Day. After all the grind, stress, and queries at the office, it's time to ease your brain, laugh out loud, and feel like the CEO. Laugh with Kido. Also will make sense on Labor Day, Friday, May 1st, 2026. Venue, prestigious Pintumani Hotel, 7 p.m. Ticket prices: Kido, 500 millions. Answer, 1,000 millions. Amin, table for 4, 10,000 millions. Adil, table for 8, 20,000 millions. You don't buy yourself plenty. Now come and laugh. No excuse. Media partner Liberty Online TV and cooked by Eminence Africa.
I say it don't make sense. I don't make sense. I mean, I don't